morning, everyone, and welcome to Vail Daily Live. I'm Trisha Swenson with the Vail Daily, and we're coming to you live from the Vail Daily Studios right here in Eagle Vale. But we're going to be going remote to all of our different locations throughout the Vail Valley. We'll have Brazzo up at Beaver Creek, we'll have Ashley in Vail Village, and Meredith will be over at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater, letting us know about some of those happenings. And we're also going to have our very special guest, Billy Doran. He'll be joining us from Dinosaur Junction, the museum at Dinosaur Junction, as well as the home of Fossil Posse Adventures. So we're excited to bring all those people together in our 90-minute show. We'll be with you live from 7 to 8:30 this morning, and then you can find us on Facebook, of course, YouTube. You can comment through those chat features, and then you can also see us on VailDailyLive.com and VailDaily.com. Just look for that icon where it says Vail Daily Live, click the arrow, and we'll be there for you. If you want to watch us later on in the day, if you don't have time right now, you can catch us. We're also a podcast on Spotify or on demand, Roku. We have us on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and of course, YouTube and Facebook. And that's probably the easiest way to chat with us once again is through that, but only during the live show. If you're watching the on demand, hey, we're not here anymore. Maybe we're home sleeping because we've been up since the crack of dawn. But that's the best way to interact with us with the chat is to watch us live 7 to 8:30 Mountain Time, and then of course on Facebook or YouTube. And want to let you know about a few events going on today. We'll tune you into a few things. One is Yappy Hour. It is a happy hour with your dogs. That's going to be over at the Grand Hyatt Vail. And then also Global Running Day is happening. So this is over at the Westin. And we were talking to their running concierge, Mike Dorr, yesterday, and Lauren Workington, who's the manager over at the athletic club at the Westin. So we'll give you details on that. So you could spend your afternoon two different ways with your dog, having fun, drinking some beers, or running around. So we'll give you those details. But first of all, let's take a look at the weather. And it looks like our weather is going to be pretty nice for today. We have a few isolated showers in the forecast after about 1 p.m. Otherwise, partly sunny with a high near 72, a little warmer down valley, of course, and we'll see 60s up valley. So the higher in elevation you go, it is a little bit cooler. And then tonight, mostly cloudy and then becoming clear Thursday, some isolated showers after 1 p.m., but a chance of precipitation around 20%. So as we go further into the week, we lose the chances of precipitation. Friday, about a 20% chance of showers. And then by Saturday, we'll increase that by the weekend. But it looks like Thursday and Friday, probably the nicest day of the week. Want to thank our Live Sotheby's for this, or the outlets at Silverthorne for this weather. Outlets at Silverthorne, they have fresh hairstyles, mountains of brands, and elevated savings. But I can see all my people backstage. We're going to bring them up so we can chat with them. There's Ashley by the Gore Creek. There's Brazzo up at Beaver Creek, and Meredith over at the Ford Amphitheater. Hi, everybody.
Hi. Good morning.
Morning.
I feel like we're half of the Brady Bunch or 2/3 of the Brady Bunch right now. All right, you guys, a beautiful day. We're looking at, when I was driving in, it looked like it almost had like a little band of showers coming down the center of the valley, almost paralleling I-70. But what do the skies look like now? Ashley, I'll have you go first.
Yeah, so it's beautiful. You can see that it's a little bit cloudy, but we do have that blue sky behind me, and I'm just next to Born Free, one of our favorite lifts right out of Lion's Head. But it's almost a little bit humid out here at the moment. Standing especially in the grass, like close to the river, it's kind of got that. It's so fragrant. You can smell the grass, the birds are chirping, and you probably can't see that. I can see my breath just a little bit, and I was just checking my phone. It said 48 degrees. Right where I'm standing. Hence
but that real feel is more like 38, huh?
Right. Yeah. You saw me this morning. I've got my giant winter jacket on right now. I have a change of clothes for later on when it warms up.
And that's how it goes. You got your tennis shoes in the morning, flip flops in the afternoon. Brazzo, are you wearing the flippy floppies or what do you got?
No, wearing flippy floppies today. I get in the full shoes because I'm walking in the grass and it's a little wet, but it's nice and sweet here in Beaver Creek. It feels a little warmer than probably where Ashley is.
Yeah, because you're not right down by the water. It looks like you're in front of the Park Hyatt and the children's ski school. And I understand those lifts are
That
going to
is
open on
correct.
Father's Day weekend. We'll have Centennial Express
Yes.
open again. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
you
so
can see that
beautiful right
Centennial right
there.
there.
Okay. Yep. And then the volleyball
You see
court
it?
right there. Hey, have they gotten the mini golf set up yet?
They're working on it. They're working
Okay.
on it. They
Okay.
are, I
I
will
love
say,
that.
80% done.
Okay, awesome. All right. Well, Bronzo, we'll check in with you later. And then Meredith, you're at one of my favorite places to go in the summertime, the AMP.
Yes, and I was just here last night, so it feels like it was just a few hours ago.
Yeah, you
But
guys have been working
yes,
hard with the Vail Valley Academy of Dance for recitals, 2 nights recitals, and now Cinderella.
yes, we've been really excited. It's been really good sized audience both evenings, and yeah, I actually don't know who's smiling bigger, the little girls backstage, the parents in the audience, or the workers at the concessions. I mean,
Yeah,
they are smiling ear to ear. It seems like they are so excited for a packed summer, and honestly, we have a packed 2 weeks ahead at the amphitheater, which I'm
yes.
really excited to talk about a little bit later. But
Okay,
I
okay.
will say it's a little less cold than yesterday. Yesterday I was shivering, but it's not too bad. But I will say, yeah, to both of Brazzo and Ashley's comments, it is dewy. You can even see on these plants
Yeah.
there's lots to do around, but it's shaping up to be a really beautiful day.
I know. You know what? We don't have a lot of humidity here, so that's what's interesting about that comment. Oh, I like the cloud cover behind you. All right, looking good. All right, we will check in with Meredith later as well. And great to see you guys. We'll be learning about a lot of the activities that are happening at the AMP. Of course, what's going on in Vail. Ashley's going to be interviewing with Betteridge. Ashley, I hope you'll be dripping with diamonds
Oh,
later.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see what Lance has in store for me. You guys are gonna be blinded, I'm sure. So much fun.
Yeah, you know what? I was in there the other week and did an interview with Lance, and same thing. He's like, "Oh, you want to wear these?" And I'm like, "Sure."
Yes,
It's like more
yes, I do.
expensive than my car.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And you
Who needs a mortgage? Just put that necklace on and
put
come
that
get
money to
bracelet
good
too.
use. And you know what? You do feel like $1 million when you've got that. So
Oh,
diamonds really are at least a girl's friend. Maybe not their best friend, but a girl's friend. And then Brazzo, I know you like coffee. I know you went to the boardroom the other day. You're gonna head to a favorite coffee shop down there in Beaver Creek.
Absolutely. I want to be showing you guys the billboard. So it shows all the events coming up, which are many, many great attractions to come in Beaver Creek. And then I'm probably going to go and wake up, get a cup of coffee.
Okay, so you're just half awake right now. And then Meredith, besides, of course, the ballet that's going on, the AMP has been releasing quite a bit of information about concerts and releasing more tickets. You know, when we first had the announcement of a few concerts, it was at a limited capacity. Now those restrictions have been lifted, and people are going crazy. They're craving live music, aren't they?
They are. And the great thing about the AMP is there's tons of seats in the pavilion that's covered. So, I think it's a great choice to guarantee that you're going to be able to see the show given the weather change. But there also is a gorgeous lawn at this amphitheater if you've never been. And I'll give you a sneak peek, but it can fill maybe even more than the pavilion. And you can bring picnics and chairs and food. You might be able to give little peek at the lawn.
Okay, okay,
And
perfect.
so, yeah, this
Yeah, we
venue
could see
can
it.
just get stacked with people, which is
Yeah.
the best thing.
Okay. Oh, and Meredith on the chat, they're wondering, are you a dancer yourself?
I am a dancer myself. Thank you for asking.
Okay. Okay.
But
Perfect.
yes, I grew up
Show us a
dancing and
move.
went to college for dancing, and so I really love giving back to people who've never danced before and try to inspire them with choreography and get them moving and feeling like a dancer. I also love working with professional dancers and setting choreography on them. So, oh, and I also love dancing in clubs. So
Okay.
yes, I'm a
Yep.
dancer through and through.
Okay. All right. All right. Ashley, where do you dance?
In my
Oh, there's Brazzo. He's dancing.
I dance when I have
I
margaritas.
heard you hired.
Yeah, Meredith, do you do
Margaritas.
like tequila choreography or Can there be it incorporated where you take a drink and then you do a move?
Yeah, you feel like you're a better dancer once you've had a couple. Okay, and Brazzo, yeah, you've got some moves out there. We learned that during our show open. You could see us all kind of dancing. I think Brazzo won the competition. All right, perfect. I'm pretty good at wedding dances. I usually take top honors. I went to a lot of weddings, so I'm a pretty good wedding dancer. All right, you guys. Hey everybody out in chat world, ask your questions. We're gonna have Ashley and Meredith and Brazzo with us, going out to all sorts of places throughout the valley today. So ask those questions and we will try to get back to you. And then don't forget to subscribe to your favorite way of viewing us, whether it's on YouTube or get the alerts on Facebook. Every morning I get the alert on Facebook like about an hour before we start. I'm like, I know, I'm up. I'm coming into the station. So, but it's just nice to have the reminder. Then you can always watch us on demand later on. But we've got more coming up, and I think we're going to go to Billy Doran. Do we have Billy standing by? Dinosaur Billy.
Trisha, I feel like we got the band back together. How long has it been since I've been on air with you?
I know. It's been years, probably about
it's been a long time.
6-7 years. Yeah, Billy Doran. Yeah, it's way too long. I'm so glad to see your smiling face. Billy Doran, longtime local. I met him a long time ago when he worked at the Coyote Cafe. I was a ski instructor at the Beeve. But you've come a long way, Billy, and you were following your passion for dinosaurs. And if you knew this guy, you maybe never knew the passion. And I love it. It shines through. And you're doing such great things with your kids camp. And now with the museum at Dinosaur Junction. Tell us about this. You're out there right now.
I'm here right now, Trisha, bright and early. It's beautiful here in Walcott. It's warming up very quickly. The sun's burning off all the clouds. We are here at the museum at Dinosaur Junction. This is literally Eagle County's very first dinosaur museum. In a nutshell, I've been digging up dinosaurs for over 10 years now. A lot of work with the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, National Geographic expedition work, among others. And in that time, I've also hiked all the hills around Eagle County, a lot of them, maybe not all of them, and have found remains from over 11 different dinosaurs, prehistoric crocodiles, sharks, turtles. The list goes on. It's very exciting what we have right here in our own valley. So with that being said, I decided we need a museum. Why not? Why not have a museum? So we started the museum at Dinosaur Junction. We've got our nonprofit status. The goal is to grow it in the next couple of years to a full-fledged, full-on large dinosaur museum with massive skeletons, the whole 9 yards. As you can see behind me, we got our friend Triceratops right here. And we have all kinds of amazing fossils here at the museum, Trisha. We have stuff dating back over 200 million years. And they're all things that lived right here. Some of the most popular and well-known dinosaurs you would recognize were right here in our backyard here in Eagle County. So it's very exciting to have that going. We open up today. The museum opens today from 11 to 4. It's $8 for adults, $5 for kids. As I mentioned, this is a nonprofit. It all goes right back into the coffer to help build this museum for our wonderful community in our town here in Eagle County. And in the hope, have some kids and maybe even big kids at heart learn something by the time they leave here. It's pretty cool.
Well, Billy, I've been at your camp before. I've done stories with you and videos, and it is so fun. But what's really amazing is to watch you present, because you're such a good presenter and you engage with the children so much. But what I find interesting is that the parents are as intrigued as the children.
Yes.
And it really is neat. I mean, you don't think about the Rocky Mountains. Of course, the earth has changed so much in the billions of years, but you forget that, we had these big critters that roamed these parts.
Absolutely. And as you just mentioned, we forget that, Trisha, there was a time when the Rocky Mountains were not even here. Before the Rocky Mountains, about 70 million years ago, but prior to that, this was all underwater. It was a beautiful Caribbean-like ocean. We know that from the fossils, from the coral reef fossils we find. Beyond that, before that, it was a jungle like the Amazon or like the inland waterways of the Carolinas. Before that, it was like the Sahara Desert. So these magnificent Rocky Mountains where we live and play and love here have not always been here. And the earth has an incredible history of changes right here in our little town. And that's also what we kind of focus on here at the museum at Dinosaur Junction is it gets people to hopefully, and you mentioned the big kids, the adults, the kids at heart. It gets them to stop and think for a second that, wow, these mountains weren't always here. There were massive creatures. There were ocean. There was huge sharks swimming right where I'm sitting right here, and it's all in the rocks, and the rocks tell us the whole story.
Okay, well, Billy, we got a question from the chat.
Yeah.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
Oh, I get asked this a lot. It's a tough one. I think my first go-to for that is a dinosaur called Allosaurus, and he would be like T-Rex's great granddaddy. A little bit smaller, but no less fierce. He was about 30 feet long, about 15,000 pounds. And the reason I'd say he's my favorite, Trish, is he's the first one I ever found fossils from, bones and footprints. And those bones and footprints honestly sit right between where I am in Walcott, between here and Edwards. They're right here.
Wow.
And so he's one of my favorites. On top of that, there's one, this one behind me, Triceratops, has a cousin called Pentaceratops, who basically looks a lot like that, but had two big spikes, one on each cheek. So it had 5 spikes. And I like that one a lot because I actually found, I think, an entire animal when we were on a National Geographic expedition with the Denver Museum in Utah. So that skull that I found in Utah is now sitting in the Denver Museum. But that was a real giddy moment for me to stumble across an animal that size, just little sitting in the rocks, and be the first person. And that's one of the exciting thing about fossils, to be the first person to brush away the dirt
I
and
know.
dust in 70 million years and have that sun shine on it for the first time. You become part of that animal story. It's fossil hunting to me and paleontology is more, it's like a time machine. You really become part of the ancient past by just unearthing one little thing or turning over one rock. All of a sudden you're connected to a time eons past, which is kind of exciting.
Now, you mentioned that the museum at Dinosaur Junction opens
Mhm.
today,
Yep.
and but then also, do you still have your kids camp, your
We
Fossil Posse
do. Yeah.
Adventures?
I'm representing the t-shirt right here,
I know, I
Fossil
love your
Posse.
T-shirt. I love the
Yeah.
logo.
I can't believe we actually start our 7th summer today. So in addition to the museum opening, we're actually having our opening season camp today. We got a full list of kids. The camp is Wednesdays and Fridays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's a drop-off camp, and all the information is at fossilposse.com. It's a really great experience for any kids who love dinosaurs, any kids who are interested in paleontology. The ages are about six and up. We do take younger kids if we think that it could be okay for 3 hours without mom hanging around. And we even cater to the older, the teens. If someone is really interested, we do privates where I'll spend time with them. We'll go out and look at things. We'll talk about whatever they want to focus on. But all that is on fossilposse.com. And yes, Wednesdays and Fridays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. is the kids camp. And we're also continuing our pairing with Timberline Tours, where we do a Jurassic float trip kind of thing, where the people come to, the families come to camp and learn all about this. Then we drive out towards the Colorado River and look at spectacular dinosaur footprints right on the side of the road that they get to put their hands in and touch. And then they go float on the river. And that's been a real popular item. So we continue that. And I'll be doing shows as if that's not enough, right? I'll be doing shows Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays in Beaver Creek Village all summer long. I believe the first one is right in mid-month, June 15th or 17th, somewhere around there. But I'll be up in Beaver Creek 3 days a week, Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays from 4 to 5:30. So it's going to be a busy summer,
I
but
know,
I can't
Billy.
wait. I love it.
Have you cloned yourself? Do you have 3 more people in your closet of
I'm
yourself?
looking. I'm
How do you do
looking.
it
Maybe
all?
I need to take a closer look at Jurassic Park and see how they clone that. Maybe get a couple more me. I do have a couple people I think I'll be working with this summer, which I'm really thrilled about. But Trish, it's going to be a spectacular summer. There's more dinosaurs to be found. In fact, just last fall, right before the snow started falling, I found bones and a couple teeth to a dinosaur called Camarasaurus, who was about 50 tons. And that's right between here and in Walcott, between here and Edwards. So we had the giant 50-ton long neck plant-eating behemoths walking around, and we continue to find more things. So it's thrilling as to what more we're going to find, especially as our museum grows and as our kids camp continues to flourish as well. So I couldn't be luckier. I get to be a kid every day and crawl out of bed and go play with dinosaurs. So I have no complaints.
I know you do, Billy. Oh, that is so amazing. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for your time. And
Yeah.
so busy down there, Billy. Thanks so much. And so cool. Fossilposse.com for more details on the museum at Dinosaur Junction and then all the kids' camps that are going on. And then his schedule over at Beaver Creek, which will start on June 17th. Such amazing stuff and such a true story of Billy following his passion and really making this idea become a reality. So go support him. This is located just out at the Walcott exit. You take the Walcott exit, go towards the old Walcott Yacht Club, And then where Highway 131 turnoff is, you turn right on that. And then where the Gallegos Corporation is, it's right in front of that. So it's easy to find, just a quick drive here. Once again, today is the first day for the museum, 11 to 4. Admission very affordable, $8 for the adults, and kids 12 and under, $5. So awesome. Thanks so much for that, Billy. We're going to take it to a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have more with your Vail Daily headlines, and we'll be checking in with our remote hosts.
You know, they were really trying to push the limits of Cordillera, and at this point in time, Cordillera wasn't ready for this house. The site and views that you can see out here really, so we really tried to make it just all about the view. So you walk in the front door and you just open up and see everything out there in space. And you know, the panoramas across the valley are just outstanding. So it was really easy. That really just helped lay it all out on the site really well for us. You know, it's a really unique property. We put two 35-acre parcels together here for the client, and went through a pretty exhaustive process. But it's pretty unique to have this kind of individual estate sitting on such a large format property inside a gated community. It doesn't exist anywhere else in the Vail Valley.
We are back. It's time for your Vail Daily headlines. We're going to find out what made news for Wednesday, the 2nd of June. Can you realize it's already June 2nd? And what a beautiful picture on the cover. The sun sets over Nottingham Lake and Avon on Friday. The summer solstice is less than a month away, making that the longest day of the year. So get out and enjoy it. But headlines for today: Vail sues ex-council member. Town files suit against Greg Moffett, who files a counterclaim over allegations his advertising firm failed to pay the town. More on this on page A3. Also in today's news, Do the Day Adam's Way. Friends and family of Adam Palmer plan a celebration of life on June 12th in Eagle. You can learn about this beloved local who unfortunately was killed in an avalanche in southern Colorado on page A2. Also in local news, who voted for Boebert? A look at how unaffiliated voters on the Western Slope were the deciding factor in the election. More details on page A4. And in the commentary, if you want to live dangerously, visit Wyoming. You can read that in the commentary section on page A6. And then also on page A10, we have our Vail Live, hashtag Vail Live, where people send their photos in. Hi, everybody. We get to see your dogs, we get to see your family, your cool sunset shots. But just like how Vail Live is popular, we want to remind you to submit your details to us. We want to see your pictures. We want to see your cool video of your bike rides, your kayaking, maybe heading out with the dog. The dog is doing some cool tricks. And you can go to vaildailylive.com/submit to get the details. You fill out a form. We want to make sure you're using rights-free music. We will get dinged by Facebook and all the other companies if we're using licensed music. So we want to keep it all copacetic here, but give us permission to use your videos and we will put them on the air. So here's the form. It's right on vaildailylive.com once again /submit, and send us your details. We want to find out what you're doing. So check that out. But right now we're going to take it remotely. Who do we have standing by? Okay, let's go to Ashley. She's all ready to go.
Oh,
Ashley, are you still down in Lion's Head?
So I am. I'm actually, well, you can see I'm on the Berry Picture Trail, and we have our first people that are hiking up this morning that I've seen so far.
Wow,
this is one of
go
my favorite
get
trails.
them.
Yeah, right. This trail is no joke. Like if you want a solid workout, you start on this side as opposed to Strawberry Lane over in Vail Village. But they connect, and it's one of those first early season trails that kind of opens up here on Vail Mountain. So really, really great way to get your heart and your lungs pumping first thing in the morning, and the scenery is just, it's stunning. But the reason that I'm out here is that I wanted to, first of all, just let you know, we should just get this out of the way. I am a giant nerd. If you were not aware, I'm a giant nerd, and I love to read. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's always been one of my favorite things to do. And so, as part of the summer, I usually have a list of books that I have on my summer reading list. And so one of them that I wanted to share with you, Trisha, this is so cool. So If you head on over to the Bookworm of Edwards, you're going to find, of course, an incredible selection. But this book in particular is really special, and it was just released. It's called Ungoverned Children, and this is the 9th edition of this book. And basically what this is a compilation of a writing contest for our kids here in the Vail Valley. And they went through a really rigorous judging process. And then what's really cool is that they submit their entries, and then they don't know if they are part of the book until it's actually released. And so you are going to find some amazing stories in here written by our very own youth here in the Vail Valley, all the way from 3rd grade to high school. And it's available at the Bookworm of Edwards. You can go to their website, bookwormofedwards.com, or it's even available on Barnes and Noble. So if you haven't been over there, it's one of my favorite spots. It's so cozy. The coffee is delicious. And of course, you just get to snuggle up with a great book. And I mean, the future of our Vail
Yeah.
Valley here,
And
our
and
authors.
and Ashley, I can't believe that's the 9th edition already. I mean, this program has been going on for quite some time.
Oh my gosh, wait a second. Hold on. Let me adjust my screen. Rodney Travis, I just saw that you said, hi, Rodney. Good morning. I'm so glad that
Rodney?
you found us. Trisha, you know Rodney,
I
right?
know Rodney.
Yeah,
North
from
Carolina.
Hey, I'm so glad you're watching, Rodney. It's so good to see you. Now, okay, also an essential on my summer list right here. This one has been in my collection for years. It's The Vail Hiker.
Yes.
And this is written by Marianne Gilliland. And I had the chance to meet her and to actually go on a hike with her. This woman is amazing. What's really cool is that there's a couple different editions of this. She updates it every now and then. So you'll find some new trails. Now, this one, Berry Picker, is not in the book, but you're going to find all kinds of other ones that are not at the resort. So I'd highly recommend that you pick this up so you know where you're going. And there's also some really cool historical little tidbits that she puts in on the different trails. So you can find some really cool history. Like, for instance, like over in Bachelor's Gulch. Trisha, did you know that it's named after bachelors that used to live there? One of them used to live with chickens. And apparently there was one guy, they got into a fight. The neighbors, they got into a fight and then just, shot each other through the door. And so,
Yes.
just.
Yeah, it was the Wild West in
Yes.
Bachelor Gulch.
Yes.
It was great. Those guys are crazy. I've heard of that too. And I do love that book. It is something that
It's
should
so
be
good.
in everyone's collection, or if
It's
you have
an
a rental property, put it
Yeah.
there so your guests can use it
Right.
for hiking.
Or great gifts, for people that might be coming to visit. Kelly killed him, you guys. This is my very best friend, Kelly. She's watching from Denmark this morning. Kelly, hi. Good morning. And you know why this is really special? First of all, she's 8 hours ahead, but she just had brand new, beautiful baby Leah killed him a few days ago. I left her rehearsal. I scooted out. I don't know, Trisha, if you noticed, but I was on the phone for a little bit. She called me via Facebook Messenger, and I got to talk to her right after she had Leah. And she arrived just ahead of Kelly's birthday. So it's been a really special week. And good morning, Kelly. I miss you. I love you so much. And big hugs back to you in Denmark. And, so the last thing on my summer reading list that is also the essential, it's right here. Gotta have it, right? So easy to find, vaildaily.com. You can pick one up in all of the blue bins across the Eagle River Valley, and just a wealth of information and, so many great, interesting stories. So,
Hey, you know what? You miss a day, you miss a lot. You
You
got to
do?
stay up to
Yes.
date.
You do, exactly. So I'm going to scoot on out of here and head on over to Vail Village because, I'm switching my trail hiking shoes for my diamond wearing shoes, Trisha.
Oh, yeah. You got to jazz it up before you meet Lance. Okay, thank you, Ashley, so much for that. And I will agree with Ashley, like Berry Picker. What I want to tell you is when you start that, you might think, is it going to be this hard all the way? Stay with it because it does. I don't want to say it flattens out because it really never flattens out, but it does get easier. But those first 100 yards or so, it's a little bit tough. All right, we're gonna go to Meredith. She is standing by at the AMP, and we do call it the AMP. One of the comments was, "Is that what the locals call it, the AMP?" Actually, the Vail Valley Foundation has coined the term. It's official. It's in their press, but they did that probably in 2019, and then we had really no events. When we had some events, but not as many in the summer of 2020. So the AMP is kind of new. But oh my gosh, look at this. It must be Cinderella from the ballet that'll be tonight. How are you guys doing?
Yes, we're great. So this is Amanda.
Hi.
And we have Cinderella in our presence. I mean, I'm starstruck. Look at this tutu. Let's do a
Awesome. Do a twirl. Wow. That looks awesome. That is so cool. And to get up so early, and put on the gear.
Exactly. I was just buttoning her up right off camera, but we're really excited to share some more information about Cinderella. The past 2 nights here at the amphitheater was a recital performance. So it's kind of like a variety show. We showcase jazz and ballet and contemporary and hip hop, but tonight and tomorrow we have a full-length ballet. So we're going to dive in. I want to know more from your perspective. So how long have you been rehearsing?
So we've been rehearsing since about January. We finished the Nutcracker in December, came back after our winter break, and then we've been rehearsing in all of our classes since then. So I attend dance for ballet each week about 4 days. So we'll rehearse 4 days a week, and as we came closer to the show, we started doing some rehearsals during the weekend and some extra rehearsals, obviously, for meeting with Mike, who is our ballet, he came in from Indiana. He's a professional ballet dancer, and he's coming in to dance as the prince as well. So
That's incredible. Have you danced with him before?
I danced with him in Brooklyn Ballet Theater in Vermont for a couple of summers. So I met him there, and I didn't dance specifically with him, but alongside him in some of his performances. So that was really great that I knew him before he came in here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And have you partnered with him before?
I don't believe I partnered with him before. That was
Okay.
the first.
So how is it going? How's the energy?
It's great. It's
Yeah.
super fun. He's a great guy. He's super easy to get along with, and it's great when you're on stage. He's there to support you, which is a great feeling.
Good.
You can make that connection.
Yeah. A duo or a duet in ballet is called a pas de deux.
Yes.
And it really requires some support and trust because he's lifting the girls and spinning them. So we can't wait to see you guys take the stage.
Thank you.
So have you done Cinderella before?
I've not done Cinderella before.
No.
This
Has
is
the
my
studio?
first. We were supposed to do it last year, but because of COVID, we weren't able to do the show.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, we're so glad that you can finally do it.
So I'm super
What are
excited
the
to-
other full story ballets you've done?
Personally, I've done the Nutcracker many, many years. We've done Peter Pan, the ballet, and we also did the Wizard of Oz, the ballet, when I was younger. So those are some of the big ones that I've been in.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're all familiar with the Cinderella story. Does that really translate to this full story, or is it kind of different? Walk us through the story of it.
Sure. So it's pretty similar, a couple changes. So it starts out in the house, and it's the stepsisters and stepmom and Cinderella, and they're getting ready for the ball, and they're just super excited. They get the invitation, and they do some dances expressing them getting dressed and ready to go and to head out to the ball. And then they go head out to the ball, and we have the seasons come in, and they're the ones who give Cinderella the gifts with Fairy Godmother to get dressed and ready for the ball, and they provide her carriage to get to the ball. And then the ball scene starts. All of the ballroom dancers and the sisters and the family are all dancing. Cinderella has her entrance, and she joins in for the big waltz. And then after the ballroom ends, Cinderella leaves, and the prince runs after her and brings back the shoe, just demonstrating she's gone. And then it'll come back to the house scene the next morning with the sisters reminiscing over their night, super excited and dancing around. And then they, of course, drag me around and try and brag about their night. Then the prince comes in, and he is looking for the maiden who wears the shoe. And
Is this a point shoe or a glass slipper?
point shoe. So it's a dazzled point shoe.
Amazing.
How fun.
So he tries on the shoe with each of the girls. It doesn't fit any of them. In the original story, it's supposed to fit the stepmother, but we've changed that to have it fit Cinderella. So then I come in, and I'm like, what about me? I want the shoe. And then I try it on, and then we have pretty much the wedding scene. So he proposes, and then we have the pas de deux at the end, and then vows. So
Wow.
pretty similar to the original story.
Okay, that sounds amazing. And a quick couple of questions from our chat. Amanda, do you go to high school here? And then also we got to ask about the outfit. I mean, this costume. How do you get? I mean, how does the tutu stay? It's like Glenn Plake's hair. How does that? How does that stay horizontal?
Sure. So for the first question, I just graduated from Vail Mountain School. Yes, I'm super excited. I'm going to Loyal
Congratulations.
fall to dance. I am continuing to dance. And then for the tutu, there's a ton of layers of this tulle underneath. And it's I don't know how many layers, but it becomes super stiff because of all of the layers that holds it up. So it goes from really short at the base to longer at the top so that it can lay flat.
Okay. Well, it looks just gorgeous. All right. So 6:30 tonight and tomorrow night, Thursday, Gerald Ford Amphitheater in Vail. And you can get tickets either at the Gerald Ford website or Vail Valley Academy Dance website. Is that right, Meredith?
Yep, that's correct. And there's
Okay.
still tickets, so we want to see you. Come on down and sit on the lawn, or plenty of seats in the pavilion still.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much, you guys. Hey, we're going to let you know what the weather's going to be like, whether you're heading out to the amphitheater tonight. This weather is brought to you by the town of Avon. They are the heart of the valley. We're so excited for the Sunset Live concerts that the town of Avon is hosting, as well as the Wednesday night concerts throughout the summer. Salute to the USA. We'll have all those details coming up for you on the show. But today, we have a slight chance of showers, highs in the upper 60s to low 70s, depending on where you're at in the Vail Valley. A little chilly right now, as we've heard from our hosts. And then as we go into the next couple of days, we'll see pretty nice Thursday for you and a nice Friday. And then on Saturday, we do return with about a 40% chance of showers for your Saturday and Sunday. But you know what? You can really maneuver these rainstorms. A lot of times it just rains for 20 minutes or so, and then you can get back out there on the trail. We want to going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to be hearing more about live music coming to the Ford Amphitheater.
Do you dream of owning land near the biggest lakes, tallest 14ers, and the best gold medal fishing in Colorado? How about right in the heart of ski country? Would it be worth a $75 raffle ticket for a chance to win it? You can own land in Twin Lakes and help St. Vincent Hospital Foundation raise funds. The drawing for this half-acre residential lot is June 24th. Buy your tickets today at coloradolandrush.com.
We are back with more Vail Daily Live. Thanks for joining us. I'm Trisha Swenson with the Vail Daily, and we have some great upcoming events at the Ford Amphitheater. So we just had Meredith there with Amanda, who's going to be Cinderella tonight. Tomorrow we'll have Sydney being Cinderella, and we'll let you know more about that in tomorrow's show. But we're so excited for live music to return really full blast here. Last year, the AMP did host a couple of performances and some movies on the lawn. We had a few concerts there. So it's just an abbreviated version just due to COVID. But now that COVID restrictions have been lifted, we're bringing back all sorts of shows. And Michael Fronte, he will be the first one that we'll be seeing this Friday. Now, the show had sold out when we still had some pandemic restrictions. But now that they've lifted those, we can fit about maybe 3,000 people in the amphitheater. So they have tickets still available. Now, this is not a free show. A lot of times we have a lot of the free shows, the Hot Summer Nights concert series on Tuesdays. That's a free show. This is a ticketed event. You can get pavilion seating, which is under the roof. You can get lawn seating. And so tickets for those, here's the website, Gerald Arfer, GRFA, Vail.com for more of these details, and you can see week by week the concerts that are coming. Yonder Mountain String Band, they will be kicking off the Mountains of Music during the GoPro Mountain Games. This is on June 10th. At 6 p.m., the gates open. 7 p.m. is showtime. Ticket prices for this, just $15 for the pavilion and $10 for lawn seating. Yonder Mountain String Band, they've been coming to the Valley a long time. So they'll be playing a little bit of bluegrass, which would be super fun. And then Hot Summer Nights. So we were so excited when this announcement was made. This will kick off on June 22nd. We just announced it last, I think, Thursday or Friday. Absolutely free. Gates open at 5:30, shows start at 6, and it really is the place to be on Tuesday nights. I remember I used to shop for what I was going to wear to the Tuesday night concerts because I would go to every single one of them. And you see all ages there. You have people that hang out on the lawn, people that are dancing down by the stage. You have the people over by the triangle. I call it the booths, the bathrooms, and the boys. That's where you all hang out and you meet and greet people, and it's so fun. Moe's Original Barbecue is the sponsor of this. They have food at the amp at the grill, so you can always just eat right there. You can bring in your own picnics. You can bring in water and non-alcoholic beverages as long as they're unopened, but alcohol you got to buy there. And they've got it all. They've got the canned cocktails, they've got great wine and champagne, a really good margarita. So make sure you head out for the hot summer nights. And then new this year at Grand Hyatt Vail is the Yappy Hour. A lot of the bars and restaurants around here will have special nights where they have a doggy happy hour. And this is what they're doing. And the Grand Hyatt Vail, this is the former Hotel Talisa or even the Vail Cascade Club. It's been a couple different names in the last couple years. And Grand Hyatt took it over, I believe, in the summer of 2019. So by the time ski season began and COVID hit, a lot of people don't know about the name change. So when we say Grand Hyatt, Vail, we're not talking about the Park Hyatt at Beaver Creek. This is the Grand Hyatt, and their pool, their bar overlooks the Gore Creek. The bike path runs along it. And that's gonna be a lot of fun. And if you missed it, Tiki Tuesdays, that was last night. It'll happen every Tuesday from 4 to 6. I think this might be a good pregame before you head to the amp for the Tuesday night concerts. But the chef has come up with a brand new menu. We've got fried plantains, we've got jerk chicken, and a lot of other fun drinks that are follow the tiki theme. So Tiki on the Creek, that'll be open every day from 11 to 4, but then they have specials, $8 cocktails when it's Tiki Tuesdays from 4 to 6. But right now, let's talk about Beaver Creek. We have Bronzo standing by. Bronzo, a lot of fun things happening in Vail, but you've got the scoop at Beaver Creek. What's happening?
Absolutely. Lots of fun. I'm very excited just to listen to you and to see all the amenities, all the fun stuff that they're going to be happening here in the valley, all over the place. Some fun activities. I was thinking and potentially bringing my ferrets to that, drinking with the dogs, and it's a moving treat. So I better not.
Yeah, I don't. Hey, no pets at the Florida Amphitheater, even ferrets. Don't try to sneak them in your backpack or anything. But you're down there by the escalators, and I like how
Mhm.
they have these kiosks that kind of run through the schedule. I'm glad to see that Helmut Fricker is coming back. He is a
Yes.
Valley legend. Helmut, I love that guy. I know he'll be playing. It looks like Helmut Fricker will play on Sunday from 1 to 3, and
Mhm.
as well as Thursdays from 1 to 3 and
Yeah, he
Wednesday.
does.
That guy's
Also,
busy.
yeah, he does journaling, and I mean, he's also going to be on the Oktoberfest from the September 3rd to 5th, which was one of my favorites, by the way. In big stains of beer, drinking outside with a lot of friends with music. Yeah, Frickle is just the man. He played the
Yeah.
big horn. He do some journaling. He's a long time local and favorite for everybody. We're gonna have silent disco. I experienced it once and it's super fun.
Yeah.
We also going to be having dance lessons outside with instruction, so you can come in and shake it a little bit, and learn how to do a proper spin with your lady,
Uh-huh.
or your partner. And then we're going to have always on Wednesdays live music from 4 to 6, right down by the ice skate ring. So all family events. We have so many things. They're going to do some dry land training. They're going to have some yoga. This one is a winter and summer kind of experience, and it's a dance performances, guided artworks. We're going to be having some beautiful live music outside as well, and it's just Beaver Creek is going to be full of surprises, pretty much every day. This one, for instance, you can do this all these three sessions. There's going to be dance, food, and beautiful music, all more on the classic side, which is definitely going to help the ambiance here in Beaver Creek. So I will encourage everybody to download the Beaver Creek Village Guide, and then you can see what is the transportation, how the buses run in, the trails. The trails change from winter and summer. So what is the best hikes, where to go, all kinds of recommendations, and of course every single thing that is happening in Beaver Creek. You know?
All right, perfect. So we've got that, and of course the new Beaver Creek app. You can download that on your phone. That's going to give you some details on what's happening. But so cool to see a full lineup of events and a lot of live music and a lot of free activities too.
Absolutely, everything is free. Everything is outside. Everything is family friendly, and of course you have this beautiful scenery views that you cannot beat. So take a look how is Beaver Creek looking
Yep.
this morning.
Oh, it looks gorgeous out there. I see the blue sky and the green. It's so green out there too. I just love this time of year. Okay, Bratzo, thank you so much. We're gonna take a look at the chat now. All right, I wanna quit my job so I can watch. Hey, Rodney, I see you, I hear you. You know what? You can watch this later. We are on demand on YouTube, on Facebook, as well as Roku and Apple TV, Amazon Fire. So I don't want you to get in trouble for watching at work, my friend. We've known Rodney for a long time. He's known Ken and Ashley and Ty and I. So we're happy to have him saying hi from California. Okay, another question that we have. How big is the amp? You know what? Let's see if Siri knows. I can never remember how many seats there are. Okay, wait. Siri, how many seats are at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater in Vail?
I found this on the web.
Okay, I found this. Looks like there are about 2,565 seats. All right. Okay, so yeah, you can, there's the covered seating, there's the outdoor seating. Yep, the outdoor has about 1,260 seats. So we got you covered. That's why we've put up more Michael Fronte tickets, which is Friday's concert. So if you still want to go to this, it is a paid show. They have pavilion seating and they have lawn seating. So get up there. Is there any more things that we should do? We'll be in Beaver Creek next week. Thanks for the update. Okay, yep, we got you covered, Ben. Thank you, Ben Culbertson. And is everything, yeah, everything's available on demand all the time for these shows. Anything else on the chat? Looks like we're good. Okay, cool. All right, we've got more coming up. We're going to check in with the weather. We've got your lens of the day, and we'll be going to our remote host. So stay with us.
Plastic surgery isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good. At Mangett Plastic Surgery Institute and Skincare, from the moment you walk in the door, we want you to feel confident and empowered, while our team of specialists help you find the best version of yourself. With two of the nation's leading plastic surgeons right here in the mountains, we have one goal: personalized care with exceptional results. Mangett Plastic Surgery Institute and Skincare. Your beauty should be effortless.
We're for the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outletsatsilverthorne.com for current sales and events.
We are back with Vail Daily Live. I'm Trisha Swenson, and we're going to give you a look at the weather. Brought to you by Betteridge. Ashley will be checking in with Betteridge in just a few moments, but they've got great watches and jewelry with exceptional service since 1897. They're located right in Solaris in the heart of Vail. So stay tuned for that interview. But details on your weather, we're hearing that things are quickly starting to warm up. Billy Doran was on from the Fossil Posse Adventures in Walcott. He said things were warming up, and even Bratzo said things were warming up at Beaver Creek. So a slow warm up to the day, and then we're going to see highs in the 60s if you're up valley, and then 70s down valley. And looking pretty good. We have some high clouds, but not a lot of rain in the forecast for today, which is good if you're planning to be outside for most of it. Don't forget to wear the sunscreen. The sun up here is intense, so I'd recommend something with the SPF of 30 or higher. Apply it early and apply it often. But tonight, we'll see mostly cloudy, then clearing. And then on Thursday, an isolated chance of showers after about 1 p.m. And then for Friday, same kind of thing. Your chance of showers happens after 1 p.m. So it's always good to get up early. We saw Ashley at the Berry Picker Trail, and most people were doing their hike this morning. So that's usually your best bet, is to get the activities out of the way earlier. And then if it rains in the afternoon, you're back at home and ready to go. But before we go to Ashley, we're going to talk about your lens of the day. This is brought to you by Eyepieces of Vail. And I thought I'd bring out the Costas because Costa will be here during the GoPro Mountain Games. And this is a great any day style, versatile performance. This is the Sampan, and it is in matte black. The lens color is gray. You can get a polarized polycarbonate or a polarized glass lens. This is the regular fit. So if I put these on, so they're a little wider. I have more of a narrow face, but it's nice that they give you the fit. So if you want a smaller fit, a narrow fit, they can work on that for you. And just really cool. 100% UV protection with a polarized lens and awesome modern styling. So these come in a different frame color and different lens color as well. You can choose right on the website or stop by Eyepieces. They're going to be able to help you out with what's going to fit your face, what's going to look good, and what's going to fit the sport that you're doing. Eyepieces has 6 locations throughout the Vail Valley and then one over in Snowmass. Their newest one is in the Sun and Alp Hotel, and that's their Eyepieces Sport. So they have a lot of sporty sunglasses for any of these activities you're doing. But like we said, this one could pretty much go anywhere. You can wear it just driving around, wear it to opera hike, or you can wear it if you're going to go out and do some fly fishing. Want to thank Eyepieces for this report. We're going to check in now with Eyepieces and learn more about their brand new store. Hey everyone, we're at the new Eyepieces store in the Sun and Alp in Vail Village. It's the newest in the collection of 7 that they have throughout Colorado. Joining us now, we have Tyler, and he's one of the managers. And Tyler, by the way, I like your shades or your glasses. These are really cool.
You would hope that eyewear professional has some cool glasses.
Yes, yeah. So he's always rocking something cool. But tell us what we have for summer and for summer sports. I know this winter you just opened. You can help us with our ski goggles and prescription sunglasses. But what do we have for the golfing, hiking?
Hiking? A lot of great options for really just about any sport you would love out here, whether it be golfing, fishing, biking. We have options for you. You know, Oakley's a great place to start. Sport-specific lenses. Right here is a great lens for golf to help you sink those putts, read the greens like you need. You know, we even have biking specific for those mountain bikers out there. Great trail lens, or even just looking cool around town, you know?
All right.
Oakley has you covered when it comes to sports, but there's a lot of other great stuff here as well.
And then you have a lot of international brands.
Yeah, a lot of smaller international brands, independent eyewear brands. We have IC Berlin and Makita here, both out of Berlin. Super lightweight stainless steel frames, great sports wraps on some of them. This is for that little more discerning sportswear customer.
And then these are so cool. I mean, they look artsy too. Wow.
Yeah. While we have a specialized in sports, we do some fashion as well here too.
Well, speaking of fashion, Montclair, you love their ski wear. I haven't seen these. These are pretty fancy.
Right, biking, skiing, looking good at opera. We all know Montclair is a knockout of the park.
And what's interesting is you can put prescription in a lot of these lenses too.
Pretty much everything you see here, for the most part, we can do in prescription. Even your difficult prescriptions. With their new technology of digital lenses, higher wraps are easier than ever to do.
Okay. And then you have some limited edition, very special, almost like jewelry for your eyes. Tell us about this.
Yeah.
Of course, Chrome Heart has been one of your favorites.
Chrome Hearts is a favorite that we've carried for years. We've had a great relationship with them. Had a lot of great small batch production pieces out of their collection. You know, it's jewelry at that point. It's not just eyewear.
Yeah, tell us about this.
Yeah, and then Jacques Mange has been our hot brand as well. This is out of the Last Frontier collection, featuring sterling and turquoise details done by Native American artisans. Very limited.
All right, and then we're doing a throwback to the 80s with Barney. These are fun.
Super fun. Who doesn't love going down memory lane? I mean, Barney has that name, and everyone remembers him. It's great to see them come back.
Yeah. Come take a look and see if this maybe was your first Fernet style back in the day. All right, well, you've got 6 locations here in the Vail Valley, 1 over in Snowmass. What's the best way to find you? I mean, we're pretty much anywhere, any village you're in, they're going to be in as well, but do you have a main source?
Yeah, you can go to our website at eyepiecesofvail.com if you want to find out more information. We have doctor services available. So you can do your prescription while you're here on vacation, if that works for you as well. And a lot of times we can even get your prescription done while you're out here too.
All right, Tyler, thanks so much for showing us the goods.
Of course, thanks, Trisha.
With more Vail Daily Live, I want to let you know about what's happening with Global Running Days. So yesterday we had Ty Diaz over at the club at the Westin. He was talking to Lauren Workington, who's the club manager, and we also were talking to their running concierge. We had Mike Dorr over there also, and they're hosting Global Running Day today by putting on a 3K and a 5K. This will be, pretty non-strenuous because it's going to be right on the trails along Eagle River over towards Nottingham Lake. So relatively flat. I know running uphill could be a little difficult, but they just want to invite people to come out, create community. And if you've always thought about running, but thought maybe it's not for you, hey, Mike Dorr is going to be there leading some stretches beforehand, getting you psyched up. And when you hear some of Mike's stories, he's amazing. He's an Xterra athlete. He was named as Xterra's Age Group 2020 Athlete of the Year. He recently competed in Xterra once again. They started doing in-person events. So he was down in Oak Mountain, and he's already qualified for the championships in Hawaii in December. So great person to talk to about, should I get into running or not? He's got a wonderful story. But you're going to go along the paths, and then when you come back, they're going to have a fun little party, a little social on the Riverfront Terrace, and that'll have some refreshments, giveaways, and raffle prizes. They partnered with Lululemon Vail, Peak Performance in Edwards, Swatch Hemp CBD, and Spa Anjali. So who knows? You might win some cool prizes just by showing up. So that's at 5 o'clock today. Here's some cool video just of what they do, and they've got so many wonderful athletes that train over at the athletic club at the Westin, including Michaela Schifrin, world champion, Olympian, and World Cup skier. So, hey, if the gym is good enough for Michaela, it's good enough for you. This is a free event. All you need to do is just call to register so they can plan ahead. And that number is 970 790-2051. Just call to sign up. You can also check out our events page at vaildaily.com. Go to the entertainment tab. We have an entertainment calendar that has all that information on it as well. And if you missed tonight's event for Global Running Day, they're going to have special running events happening all throughout the next few months. So Run and Rosé is Wednesday, July 14th, starting at 5 p.m. And then they'll have Miles and Margs on Wednesday, August 8th at 5 p.m. And then the Doggy Dash will conclude this series. That'll be on a Sunday. That'll be Sunday, September 5th at 9:30 in the morning. So just a really fun way to celebrate fitness and community. And that's what the Westin is all about. So for more details, once again, call their number, call their gym, the athletic club at the Westin, 970-790-2051. But Meredith, what else do we have going on? I got Meredith and Emma in the back. They're helping me out. Oh, and then I've got Rachel in the back and Emma. I'm so confused. It's been a long morning. I need some water. All right,
Well,
Meredith.
good morning,
Where
Trish.
are you? Where are you?
I am still at the amphitheater. The amazing part about this whole facility is there is so much to do. So of course, we were talking about the venue, how many seats it has. You can go out and picnic, bring your seats, have a drink and watch shows. But there are so many things outside of the pavilion. And that also includes the Betty Ford Alpine Gardens. And they are so gorgeous. They're just starting to bloom because, we're still in the springtime. So you can't plant flowers too early
No, you can't.
because, you never know when we get snow around here. But I will say the tulips are starting to bloom. They're starting to get a little bit more color here. And so, yeah, so there's the main gardens, and it's actually quite large. You can walk around here for a while. And then there's some children's gardens also where they can start to explore.
Yeah, and I see that
And
little
we,
schoolhouse. That's where the little gift shop is, right at the gardens.
yes, exactly. And that's been around for a long time. I mean, it looks like an ancient log cabin
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
been
that's one of the
renovated a bit.
original little schools. Yeah, awesome.
Yes. And then there's
Okay.
some art exhibits of rock structures over here. And then we have a field, and they host a lot of different events on this field, actually.
Yeah,
Last year during
last
COVID, the Vail Jazz had some concerts there, and they taped off squares. And it was honestly one of my favorite things last summer. I'm not sure if they're returning in the same location this year with the Vail
Yeah, I haven't
Jazz.
heard either. I think they might bring it back to the more traditional venues, but that was really fun with those squares and everyone during COVID, you just stayed in your square.
Exactly. And you brought your wine and your cheese, and you listened to jazz. We felt really fortunate when the world was really shut down that we were able to get outside, remain safe, and be with your own family, and still just enjoy art and music and the outdoors.
Yeah, yeah. And Betty Ford Alpine Gardens, I know people have had their weddings there. They sometimes will do like a yoga at the gardens. So it's just such a cool place, such a little gem. And if you don't go outside of the Vail Village proper, you don't see it. But you're really just a short walk from Bridge Street.
Exactly. Yeah, just across a nice, beautiful covered bridge that gets
Yeah.
decorated with lights. At least last year, they started to just go all out with the light decoration on the covered bridge. But yeah, it's just outside of the village, but it's definitely worth coming over here and just feeling the peace, and taking some photos, whether you're taking up close photos of the little ponds or the flowers or selfies.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's a nice backdrop for photos.
Okay,
And then there's
perfect.
also a playground just outside of the gardens, and it was one of my favorite playgrounds growing up. They these big vines you can climb up, and when I was a little girl, they seemed like the biggest vines, and I
Yeah.
I guess they don't look so big anymore.
I know. And you know what really is neat about the Betty Ford Alpine Gardens is they have garden work days. They have a lot of different events and their new education center, which is kind of across that big field and right adjacent to that playground. And it's really cool. Oh, I love that waterfall. That looks so neat behind you. But just the different things that education center relatively new. I've been up there on their patio for events before and it's such a great amenity to have here.
I know. I actually haven't even been inside, Trish. So I'm gonna put
Yeah,
that on my bucket list in the next few weeks to take a look. Yeah, it's really well established. This whole area has just been developed uh, really beautifully in the past 10 years.
okay.
I'll give you a quick peek at that playground with the big vines.
Yep. Yep, and they've got picnic shelters over there. A lot of people do picnics. Oh, look at that cool slide. I love it. Yeah, so these playgrounds, there's so many. And then just beyond that, the softball fields, we've got the tennis courts as well. So it's such a huge area.
This area
Yeah.
has it all. It's one of the best areas to bring the kids, bring the family, whether you're a local or a tourist.
Yep, yep, I know. And we want locals to feel like tourists. We want tourists to feel like locals with some of the information we give out during the show. Meredith, I think sometimes all of us that live here, we get so tied up in our work and our daily grind that we forget these beautiful amenities that we have. So it's like you got to just stop and smell the roses, literally, and head to the Betty Ford Alpine Gardens. And like you said, once it really gets to full bloom, because the altitude altitude over there. You know, Vail proper is 8150, 8,150 feet in elevation. It's a tough zone. You talk to gardeners and they talk about the different zones and the different plants that grow there. And it's not like other areas of the country.
Not at all. But that's what is special about this garden is they're really showcasing what kind of what kind of flowers we have at these mountains at this
And what does well.
elevation. You know, it can't hold every flower, every plant here, but yeah, in the middle of the summer, it's really going to be showcased beautifully.
Okay, it looks like we're getting a little note from Ben. It says, so great. We have pics of our 3 girls in that little brown tree house every year for about 20 years. Oh, that's cute. And that's the thing, Meredith. People grew up with this, and you yourself did as well. And it becomes family tradition to go back to these landmarks and maybe bring the next generation there.
Exactly. I have some iconic photos in that garden too, in the cute paisley red dress. I mean, I'll have to dress my daughter maybe one day and do a repeat.
Yeah,
But
definitely. Okay.
And then even here, just some picnic tables
Yeah.
to do a little barbecue. I mean, this area has it all.
And then just to give a little reference, the Gore Creek is just beyond those picnic tables, right? So you're just to the east of the Gore Creek.
Exactly correct. Yes.
Okay. All right.
And we really owe Betty Ford and former President Ford, Gerald R. Ford. We owe them so much. They've been such a huge part of developing and really just having the vision and launching, you know, Beaver Creek and the foundations. I mean, they are iconic. So I'm so glad that they have these names and we can honor them every day.
Okay, yeah, but definitely. All right, thanks, Meredith, for the little tour of the Betty Ford Alpine Gardens, Ford Park, Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. That is all east of Manor Vail Lodge, just a short walk from Vail Village. But we're going to go back to Vail Village now. We have Ashley standing by at Betteridge. Ashley. Okay, hi. Oh, there's Lance too. Hello, Lance.
It's a reunion with the GOAT. I was telling you about this the other day. Lance has this nickname of being the greatest of all time. But you know, Lance, it's mostly because every time I hang out with you, I also get to hang out with extremely amazing pieces of jewelry. This collection. Way to just start out the show.
Yeah, I have a gift to gab when it comes to this type of stuff, and just start going.
And rightly so, because how you can say so much about all these pieces. So we're in Betteridge, right here in Solaris, and this is a company that started in the 1800s.
1800s. We started in the U.S. in 1897. The family actually, strangely, that started in the 1700s in England as silversmiths. Mike immigrated to the U.S. through Ellis Island, New York. Started their business in 1897 on Fifth Avenue in New York. Moved in the 1950s to suburban Greenwich, Connecticut, out of the city, suburbia. And that's where the family is. The Betteridge family owns the business, operates the business out of Greenwich, Connecticut. There's 4 stores. There's Vail, Aspen, Palm Beach, and then the home store in Greenwich, Connecticut. So 4 pretty fantastic locations.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And then, you know, you come in and it just keeps going. You can see, I mean, the depth of this store is amazing.
It is pretty incredible.
And, you know, you walk in, it's an experience. It's not like you're not one of those people that like goes in, like touches the wall and walks right back out. Your eye just gets caught in every single angle. And I mean,
and then there's something like this. Terry Betteridge, owner of the company, I mean, he's first and foremost a jeweler. We're definitely into watches. We have incredible watches. Rolex, Tudor, Patek Philippe, Cartier. I could go on and on, but we're not going to talk about watches today.
Okay.
We're going to talk about some jewelry and what Terry's passion is really about, and it's estate jewelry. He's always really been into estate and just appreciating history and giving pieces of jewelry a second life or third life or fourth life. Who knows what some of the stories are, and we definitely have some of that.
Okay, let's get into some of these stories. Where do we start?
So we are loading up for the summer, getting ready for the busy summer season, and some of our best vendors that we work with across the United States have filled us in, and we have some incredible pieces. A diamond necklace here that came from a state from Chicago. She in the 1970s was a Playmate, and this is a piece of her jewelry that she had, and they refurbished this and they remade this just recently. A guy of ours bought her entire estate. She was very much into colored stones. These are all rubies in here, done in platinum. This is a super incredible piece. This is a brand new piece. This is done by Tiffany & Company. I don't have exact dates on this. Some of it is hard to get exact dates on. You can kind of get a ballpark on it. But that's a pretty incredible ruby diamond piece here. To your right, this is something else. This is a Van Cleef and Arpels sapphire. This is from roughly 1965. We have paperwork from Van Cleef and Arpels on this one, doing some estate appraisal work on it. So this is a pretty incredible rare stone, with the color of that sapphire just being a knockout. So.
I mean, I'm getting the Titanic vibes, Trisha. Like, I mean, I feel like this is like the size of that necklace. Like, I feel like it was just refurbished into this. It's so stunning. I mean, oh my gosh, look at the way it catches the light.
It's a beauty. Yeah, just instead of a necklace, it's on your finger for Titanic. That's pretty incredible. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That sounds good.
Let's do it.
Wow. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Then over here, we just got another estate piece. This is from the 60s-ish as well. This is an incredible Colombian sapphire, all natural. Kind of has an Art Deco setting. One of the coolest one of the coolest emeralds I've seen. And that deep of natural green color is really hard to find. And that setting is just super cool.
That setting is really, the detail. I'm just looking at the back of it, and it's so special from all of the angles. Like
it's a showstopper on this one. So
definitely.
And then last and least is some diamonds here.
Oh no!
We gotta close it out with some diamonds.
Okay, all right. Tell me more.
And the reason I find these, I picked these and pulled these, I think they're incredible. The first one is a 5-carat antique cushion cut diamond. This is a very rare cut. It's hard to find. It has very large facets on it. This is actually a stone that was cut in the 1920s, has been reset to kind of update it, give it a more modern look. But this is a piece that is very hard to find. It's a little over 5 carats and just beautiful and unique. If you want unique, this is it.
Yes. Yes. Like, okay. I mean, Trisha, right? If that wasn't enough, then
that wasn't enough.
Then okay. Like, did J-Lo give you this? Is that where that came from?
You know, she's familiar with engagement rings, so this is incredible. This we just received from one of our better diamond vendors in New York City. This is an 8.88 oval cut diamond. Ovals are super hot right now. It's one of the hottest cuts. Very actually hard to come by, and we are super excited to have this one. This is a GVVS1, so top of the scale on diamonds. This is really a very, very special piece that, you know, we'll probably hopefully go home with someone this summer. So.
I feel like my jaw has been shut it, right, Trisha? Like, this is, I tell you, the goat, right?
You know what? Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. But when time do you open? Because obviously people want to come in.
So we're here 10 to 5, Tuesday through Saturday. We are closed Sunday, Mondays. Probably around the 4th of July, we're going to send some out. We'll talk about those later. We're not sure what they are, but we're here 10 to 5 right now. Right down here in Solaris.
Well, and we were talking a little bit before you guys came to us that you have been really busy.
We've been extremely fortunate over the past year. What we have experienced is a large amount of tourism, meeting a ton of new people from within the States, domestic travel that has not been able to go internationally. So it's been great to really kind of show off Vail for the first time. Tons of new Chicago customers, St. Louis, LA. So very fun and interesting. Now there's direct flights coming in from Chicago and Atlanta, and they're just starting. So it's kind of fun to show off for the first time and have this full experience. So yeah, we've been very busy, very lucky.
No question why you've been so busy. Trisha, which color you want?
Oh, you know what? I've got my eye on that green one. I cannot believe it. You know, Ashley, I think my eyes are as big as sand dollars. And yes, my jaw, I need to like pick it up off the floor. Now, it's one of those things, if you have to ask, you probably can't afford it. But does Lance have a range of what these estate pieces cost?
A range.
Okay, so we have a range of very estate pieces that are anywhere from, I would say, $2,500 on up. Today I pulled out the big guns, and yeah, everything we're looking at here is probably 100 to 750.
100 plus. 100 plus.
Yeah,
Wow.
100,000.
Amazing.
But they're very unique and very incredible and extremely rare. To find some of these pieces and this quality is just, it doesn't happen very often. So
Yeah.
we're
Well, and
lucky.
Lance, do you have a favorite? I mean, it's probably asking, who's your favorite child or favorite parent or anything, but
I have no problem picking a favorite. I can do that. I can pick a favorite child and all that. But I would have to say the smaller diamond is my favorite piece that we have in right now because of the cut being so unique and so rare that this piece would be hard to duplicate. It would be hard for us to make and find a diamond like this without having to completely recut a new stone. So just strictly from what that is, that's an incredible piece.
Yeah.
That really is something else. So.
Don't you want to just come in and just be like, okay, Lance, tell me your favorite one in this case? And then in this
Come on
case.
in, you know where we are. I'll do that.
Now, before COVID started, I came in, we were talking watches. There was maybe some champagne involved. Is that still a thing?
That is, it is a thing going forward. That's something that we kind of put away during the COVID time, but that has stopped. So we really, when people are coming and visiting, we do a lot of different trunk shows with all our jewelry designers, whoever they may be from all over the U.S. So we love pulling out the champagnes and chocolates and sweets from the left bank and having it all set up and doing the full experience. So we're definitely getting back into that this summer, starting soon. So.
Okay.
And today,
Yeah,
we'll call it a mimosa.
Yeah, there we go.
And what I also love about estate jewelry, I mean, if jewelry could talk, if we could hear the stories of where these pieces had been, especially that one from Chicago, did you say that that was a collection of Playboy Playmates?
Yes, from the 1970s, and she was she liked diamonds, but was not a big fan of diamonds or had big diamonds. I do not know the name of this person. This got a story from the guy who did know the estate. But she was into colored stones, being precious colored stones, sapphires, rubies, and emeralds. So that was her passion. And he bought the entire estate from the family and then repurposed a lot of her stones into current day jewelry. So it's not necessarily exactly how she wore it. It's her stones, repurpose it to be able to wear now, today. And that's where this necklace in particular came from. So obviously this is a one of one. This will not ever be recreated or at least not that story.
No. Well, I mean, that you're in Playboy, you're not boring.
Yeah.
Right? You're not like, give me something plain. No.
Yeah. I'm plain Jane. Okay. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Lance, we always love the stories. It's just so amazing. Betteridge, they've been around, like Lance mentioned, a long time. The family's been in the business a long time. So thanks for joining us. They're located in Solaris and they're closed Sundays and Mondays. So do keep that in mind. And we'll be checking back with Ashley in just a few moments from the Solaris Plaza and with our other hosts as well. Rachel, are we going to commercial break? Oh, we're going to talk about, hey, we've got a public pool open for you. The Eagle Vail pool just opened this past weekend, Memorial Day, and they've got open swimming, recreation swimming will be happening on a daily basis, 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. for lap swimmers, and the slide is open. 2 lanes are open for lap swimming, and so you can find out more by going to eaglevale.org and then /swimming to get your details. And they're going to have master swim classes and water aerobics, a lot of different ways to keep you active at the Eagle Vail swimming pool. So kind of a fun thing to think about as our days heat up and the kids all get out of school. Some kids are just wrapping up their school year for today. But all right, well, let's talk about these events. We've got the events calendar, kind of an overlook of the whole summer. So the first one we want to mention is the GoPro Mountain Games, and that kicks off next Thursday, June 10th through the 13th in Vail and Lionshead Village. And then the Eagle County Fair and Rodeo returns this year. That'll be in July, the 25th or the 21st through the 25th. Gypsum Days just before that with their live concerts, the classic car show, jalapeno eating contest, and then Bravo Vail, where Meredith has been standing by all day at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. Bravo will be taking over quite a few nights of that for their season. They're bringing back St. Martin in the Fields, Dallas Symphony Orchestra, New York Philharmonic, and the Philadelphia Orchestra. So we can't wait to have that return to us. But right now, let's take it back up to Brazzo. He's standing by at Beaver Creek. Brazzo, I knew you would find the coffee. You probably sniff that out, don't you?
Absolutely.
What do you have?
I have a cup of Sumatra coffee. So it's a full body, low acidity. Absolutely love it. Just black. You don't need any more. This thing will fuel your adventure, as is the logo here. and the moto here. I'm hanging out with Chris.
Oh, hi,
You can see
Chris.
him right there. And Silvana, like Savannah, Chris was telling me, but it's Silvana.
Oh, hi, Savannah. How are you today? Okay, awesome.
So
Hey, ask Chris if he started making their smoothies yet.
are you start making your smoothies? Trisha wanted to know. Yeah, they're ready to go. It's at 84 every day, and if you want one, he can send it back to you with me.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, and what flavors of smoothies?
What flavors of smoothies, Chris?
Mango tropic and strawberry banana right now.
Strawberry banana and mango tropic, and he's gonna be adding some more flavors as we go.
We'll rotate.
We're gonna be rotating.
Okay, rotating them out. That's good to know because maybe if some people in the group, not everyone drinks coffee or the caffeinated drinks. They can also have the smoothie or just have the smoothie with the coffee and get some nutrition and a little jolt too.
Absolutely, and they have a full liquor license, so you can spice it up a little bit. They have amazing food. I've been sitting here for a little bit, smelling all the bakes that they're coming out. They have chocolate croissants. They have this Sicilian pepperoni square thick pizza, empanadas, as we talked last time. That's,
Yes.
one of my favorite personal favorites. But you also have teas and all kinds of awesomeness in here. You can also buy some coffee to take with you, and have a full description of everything. So, you were talking about Better Reach and how they have jewelry, but this is a piece of art right here.
It's a piece of art, a little more affordable. All right, perfect. Okay, thanks, you guys. Ratso, we'll
See you in a
check in with
minute.
you later. But
All
yeah,
right.
fuel your adventure. Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea Company. They've been in the valley for over 20 years now. Their roastery is down in Minturn, and they have a retail area, just their little kind of cafe, if you will, and in Minturn, and then the roastery is behind the glass. It's kind of like a little factory that you can check out. And a lot of places around the nation actually carry their coffee. So it's not just locally, and a lot of our local businesses carry it as well. So stop by. It's in the where Brazzo was. It's the old Starbucks location. So pretty convenient because you know that as your coffee go-to, but it's just nice that it's someplace local. So a little shop local plug for you. All right, weather right now. We're going to give you some details on what's happening today and the next couple of days. This is brought to you by Liv Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact their Vail Valley broker professionals to help you live the life you love. But on the screen, you're going to see some icons on what we're expecting for today. A few clouds, a little bit of sunshine. We're warming up though. I think we're passing that 40-degree mark as the sun gets higher in the sky. And keep in mind, we're approaching the longest day of the year. So we have some long days right now. So the sun is pretty high up in the sky. Up in Vail, we'll see highs right around the mid to upper 60s. Down valley, it'll warm up quite a bit more than that. Even Avon, Edwards, and of course, Eagle and Gypsum will probably be in the 70s for today if that sun stays out. And then for the next couple of days, a slight chance of rain today and tomorrow, and then it looks a little drier into your Friday, but then a chance of rain returns for your Saturday and Sunday. So let's look at your weather from Liv Sotheby's. And speaking of Sotheby's, we'll be checking in with Ashley. She will be having Gina Deason pretty soon. So are we going to take it to a break?
Looks like they're still getting set up, so maybe when we come back from break, we'll get those guys in.
All right, we'll be right back after this.
Plastic surgery isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good. At Mangett Plastic Surgery Institute and Skincare, from the moment you walk in the door, we want you to feel confident and empowered, while our team of specialists help you find the best version of yourself. With two of the nation's leading plastic surgeons right here in the mountains, we have one goal: personalized care with exceptional results. Mangett Plastic Surgery Institute and Skincare. Your beauty should be effortless.
All right, we are back with Vail Daily Live. We're going to take it outside to Vail Village. We have Ashley standing by with Gina Dizon from Live Sotheby's International Realty, but also Live Sotheby's down, or with Sotheby's down in Florida, right? So, hey, why don't you tell us more about this, Ashley?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, well, so everyone, Gina, well, you two already know each other, right?
Yes. Hi, Gina.
Yes.
How are you?
So, I mean, we're gonna get this full story because how do you do real estate in Florida and then also Colorado? So, Gina, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I actually, first and foremost, last year I became a Lola, and that is Tagalog for grandma.
Oh.
So I have a granddaughter. My baby girl is the best in the world. But with respect to real estate, I have a passion for people and for business, and I've owned hair salons since I was 18 years old.
Oh my gosh.
And then I got my real estate license, and for the last 25 years, I've been selling real estate, and I just love people and business.
That is me, and selling real estate quite successfully. But okay, here's the thing though, Gina. So I feel like I was just talking about this with my neighbors yesterday. We were going for a walk, we ran into some neighbors, and we're talking about the fact that there's such limited inventory right now. So as a realtor, that has to be just quite the challenge. How are you handling that?
Well, you know what? I have some of the best clients in the world. They're very dear friends. And a lot of them, as we get to talking, don't even realize the potential for their gain with their homes here in the market. They didn't even expect to become sellers.
Interesting.
Yeah, the pandemic has actually changed so much. You know, home office, larger homes, downsizing. Everybody's rethinking and reshuffling.
That's really interesting. And I think a lot of people too, when it comes to Zillow and Realtor.com and being on the internet a lot more over the last year, we're all couch experts, right? We're surfing. We're like, oh yeah, I know exactly what's going on with all the real estate because of Zillow and these things. So tell me a little bit more about, how working with you would be different than just surfing the web and thinking that I know what I'm doing.
Well, let me tell you, that is a buyer and seller's approach to initially start online, but the reality is we are the experts. I've got my feet on the ground, I'm in the field, I know the nuances of different history of the house or the concessions, but more importantly, I know how to win a multiple offer situation for my buyer.
Yes.
And think of it like this, if you're sick and you Google your symptoms, the reality is you're going to get frustrated. You need to go to a doctor who's been trained to diagnose and treat your symptoms. I can diagnose and treat your home needs.
That's a really good way to put it. That is fascinating. That's the best description that I've heard for that situation. That's so right. Because how many times you've been you go down that rabbit hole and then you get completely off track.
Yeah.
And talk about someone that stays on track. Okay, so I was doing a little digging because this is the first time we met each other, so I want to be prepared. You have sold in March alone $25 million worth of real estate.
Yes.
And so how do you even begin to get into that end of the market?
Well, first and foremost, it's a quick 25 years. but more than anything, I sold a $13.5 million listing of mine in Bachelor Gulch. In addition, I sold an Arrowhead home for $10.6 million. And I also have a client that I'm working with from Vail. We're actually flying down to Palm Beach this month and Naples, so we're going to get a third home for him. So what I guess I offer to my clients is I can sell the Vail Valley Mountains and the beaches in Florida because we have discovered we cannot get quality of life in one place.
That's also an excellent point. See, this is why you need Gina, you need to get in touch with her and see what the best fit is for you. And so what's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
I would just say it's gina@vail.net or 970-688-0067.
I mean, Trisha, right? I feel like can we just have maybe a happy hour with Gina later today? Maybe get some tips, just have a little girls time.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That'd be great.
Maybe I'll hop in there together.
Gina.
So Realty with Gina Dizon. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me
this morning.
It's awesome to meet you.
We're gonna catch up. We're both Florida girls,
Yes.
so I'm gonna get some of those hot details. But let's send it back into the studio. Trisha, what are you up to in there? What's going on?
Well, you know what? Thank you. And we got to see some of those beautiful homes. And you know what? To be able to create memories and to be able to really launch that for people. And Gina, you got it going on because you got the cold weather location with all the skiing and snowboarding, but then when we want to escape, we can go to the beach.
I'm sorry, what was that about the beach?
Oh, well, we were so excited that you'll have the beach too. So it's the best of both worlds. Buy a house in the mountains, buy a house at the beach.
Right. Yeah. You know, our buyers here can afford 2 different lifestyles, and that's what I do.
Right, and you know what? So what we were just talking about also your baby's birthday, right? Are you
Yes.
celebrating
Yes.
on the beach?
So we are going to be in Sarasota. I got a villa and a pool, and then, you know, after this pandemic, unfortunately, my mother's only met my granddaughter twice, but she's going to be a year old in 2 weeks, so I'm so excited.
That is so exciting. What a special time you will spend with your family.
Yeah.
And then obviously when you're doing things like that, you know that market just as well as you know this one.
Absolutely.
Amazing. All right, so Trisha, like 3 o'clock, does that work for you? We could just all go.
Yeah, sure.
Let's get educated on real estate so we can make happen here.
Absolutely.
Perfect. All right. Thank you, ladies. Nice to see you, Gina. And yeah, best of both worlds. You can find Gina, of course, she's with Liv Sotheby's up here, but then also with Sotheby's down in Florida. But we've got more coming up for you. I want to look at the chat. I think we've got Brian Stein in the chat and the Facebook chat. Right, Rachel? Let me see, Brian Stein. All right, buddy. Yep, I can. Oh, I can't see it anymore. I can't see the chat. Rachel. All right. Okay. Yep. Awesome job. I can't. Well, Brian, hello to you. All right. Leading the show. Truly exceptional. Thank you, Brian. We always appreciate your viewership. Okay. Brian Stein tuning in from Castle Rock, Colorado, on the Front Range. We have more VDL coming up. Stay tuned.
We're for the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outlets@silverthorne.com for current sales and events.
Welcome back to Vail Daily Live. I'm Trisha Swenson. I want to give you an idea of what the fish are biting on right now. We had John Packer on our show on Sunday. He brought in some really cool backpacks and vests and hip packs that you can use. Could be a good Father's Day gift if your dad is a big fly fisherman. But the runoff and snowpack has really started in earnest. We've seen the warmer temperatures, a little bit of rain, so the water still was holding out. John suggested float trips, probably a little better than wading trips. And if you are wading, do be careful just along the banks, because the banks, they can get saturated, they can collapse a little bit and cause you a little uneasy footing. I would always recommend fly fishing with a buddy as well, just simply because safety in numbers. We always recommend you ski with a buddy, hike with a buddy, fish with a buddy as well. But you don't want to tell your buddy what your secret technique is. John is suggesting nymphing and dry droppers with caddis and stoneflies. Those are still pretty productive. We already had the salmon hatch, so you missed it. You're going to have to wait for next time. The trout tend to hang close to the slower moving banks and eddies, so go with the larger attractor nymph patterns. and the fish, the slow seams along the banks for the best result. So here's a look at some of the success that can be found out there on the rivers. They operate year round. You saw a little snow in that last shot. That's because they are out there all the time. And actually, March is kind of a fun time to do a little skiing in the morning, fly fishing in the afternoon. Just kind of have all two sports in one day. But for more information, you can check out, they've got videos, they've got a photo gallery. They have all the flash fishing reports from the Roaring Fork, the Frying Pan River, as well as the Colorado, the Eagle. So a book today. It's the only Orbis endorsed and locally owned fly fishing shop in the Valley. They've been around since 1992, and they're in Avon in the Westgate building, located next to Agave. So say hi to John and the rest of the folks in there, and go on a float trip or rent some gear and try it and take a lesson for your first time. But right now, we're going to say goodbye to our hosts. Looks like we've got Meredith. Meredith, thank you so much for all your reports from the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. We do have Cinderella tonight. You've been participating in that as a dance instructor at Vail Valley Academy of Dance. Give us the details. What time should we be there?
Yes, 6:30 this evening. There'll be, there won't be too much of a line. Like Michael Fronte, I would say this Friday, line up early if you're getting on that lawn, so you can get a good seat, because it's all general admission right now. So it starts, yes, tonight, 6:30 Cinderella, tomorrow, 6:30 Cinderella. And then, yes, this Friday is Michael Fronte, and there's still tickets. So go out and buy it, or start your morning at the Betty Ford Alpine Gardens. I know I'm feeling totally peaceful and inspired starting my day here. So it's a good start to the day, Trish.
Okay, thanks for that introduction to that whole Ford Park area. All right, next up, look at Barazzo. He looks relaxed.
Oh yes, it turns out to be a beautiful day. Sun is shining, weather is sweet. That's not my line, right? I didn't create that. I think it was Bob Marley. But
Okay. Oh my gosh,
enjoy myself here.
are you down by the ice rink? I see they've changed it into a little lawn area. Looks good.
Yeah.
Looks better than my lawn, but it's fake turf. But oh, shuffleboard. Have you seen anyone playing shuffleboard yet?
No yet, no yet. Like Beaver Creek start waking up. You can see some of the, locals, tourists just start kind of coming outside and getting some coffee. But it's just a beautiful day. It's turning out into be an amazing day. So look how gorgeous Beaver Creek looks right now.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. Okay. And Brazzo, thanks for your reports, letting us know what kind of happens with some of the family fun that's there as well. And then do we have Ashley? Doesn't look like we have Ashley. Okay. I think she's still talking to Gina about grading a happy hour for us so we can learn about some of Gina's secrets to success. Well, thank you very much for watching Vail Daily Live, our brand new show. If you can't catch us live in the morning, starting at 7, you can always watch us on demand. We will be on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and of course, YouTube and Facebook. You can chat during the live show. You can't chat during the on demand because, of course, we've gone off the air and we're about ready to go off the air. Bye, you guys. Bye, Meredith. We'll see you tonight at the show. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Trisha Swenson with the Vail.